Okay, good morning. It's the day before Thanksgiving, the morning, and I've started our traditional debone turkey endeavor. So I've already trimmed off the meat on half of it, but I'll be able to show you this half, which will go quicker. So the first thing you do is slice all the way down the backbone. The turkey's upside down, breast side is down. And you just begin taking a knife, sharp knife, and slowly pull back the meat and skin from any of the bone structure. What we're going to try and do is to get as much meat off of the carcass. This is a little, I don't know what muscle this is, but it's like a little nugget, divot in the bone structure. And I just slowly pull the skin away and try and get as much away from the turkey. Now, there's two advantages. One advantage is it's a big wow when you present the turkey because it has no rib cage to it. And when you slice it, you can just slice it crossways and you get two pieces of meat with stuffing in between. But the real plus of going to all this trouble, and you know, after you do it a few times, it's not so bad, is that you can take the bones, brown them, and it makes unbelievable stock to make gravy. So as you can see here, I've normally when I start by taking out the wishbone, and I'll go back to. So I've gotten some of it away from the rib cage. This is a little unusual bone. I don't know what it does, but it must be something for the wing. And so you have to sort of cut on both sides of that bone. I discovered this when I was looking at a 1986 gourmet. And I said, well, this would be fun to do. That issue gourmet had you debone the turkey, and also had a recipe for very good stuffing, which was a sausage hazelnut stuffing. Okay, so now I'm going to get over to the wing area. When you get in the wing joint is actually not, it's a sort of a loose joint, but it's got a lot of tendons to it. So you just sort of have to cut through all the tendons, and eventually you'll get to the bone of the wing. This year I'm just going to leave the wings and the leg bones in the turkey, but you actually can debone the wings and the legs, thigh and the leg, with not too much trouble, which isn't part of the gourmet recipe, but I found on a YouTube. So as you can see, I don't know the names of these bones, but I just keep taking the meat away from the bone. Okay, now this looks like the wishbone here. The wishbone. Okay, so go back to the back end here. I'm around the legs, and when you get to the thigh, you need to dislocate, once you get the meat away from the main carcass, you need to dislocate the hip joint. Get the tendons away from that joint. So what you do is you extend the leg out and the thigh, and you press down, and it should pop out with not much trouble. Okay, and now I'm gonna finish up on the rib cage. And so I'm working on the breast meat, and hopefully your anatomy of a bird is somewhat familiar. But I want to scrape away the meat until I get down to that cartilage that's at the end of the breastbone. I'm trying to be careful not to cut through the skin at that point, because then what I'll do is take just a sliver of that cartilage to separate the rib from the breast meat. Getting there. So I also take the recipe in the gourmet actually has you pull the tenderloins out of the breast, but I just cut off the major tendon there. I guess they call it a fillet. So this is what you end up with, a very flat bird. And then I will take some kitchen string twine and I'll slip stitch the back of this together. Fold over the neck flap to close off that cavity. And then I'm going to stick it in brine overnight. And tomorrow I'll take it out and stuff it. You should go to the gourmet issue. I assume you can do a search engine online and find that issue. It's November 1986, and it has the instructions for how you truss it with kitchen string to try and hold the bird together. You got to be careful after it's cooked to gently put it on your serving platter because I've had it pull apart once or twice in the 31 times I've made this. When you're ready to serve it, you just grab the end of that string and gently pull it out. It's breast side up, and it comes out pretty quick and easy, and you'll have a delicious looking bird when you're done, because when you fill it with stuffing, it looks just like a normal bird. So happy Thanksgiving, and hope you have a great holiday.